Well, it's definitely been a minute. Alright guys, so the thing is, you have not gotten a video the past 2 weeks, which some of it is my fault, some of it isn't. Okay, so that being said, here is a little bit of a brief explanation. So the first week that you guys didn't get a video, really bad anxiety week. I don't know what was in the air, but literally I couldn't breathe whenever I sat down to record a video. Literally, my anxiety is so bad. Like, I don't get treated or anything for it, but to be honest, I probably should. But unfortunately, not a possibility at this moment. So that being said, literally could not film at all. It was so bad. I would try to do it day after day after day to record a video, and I literally was just like, no, I can't do it, can't do it. Literally would break down into tears because I wanted to record a video so bad. But also, like, I just had to give my body, mind time to rest because obviously that was not going to happen that week. And then the next week, my fault. Also, 50-50 kind of my fault. Okay, so I went to the pool because I was like, okay, relaxation day. Let's take our mind off videos in general. After I decided we were not going to get a video out. Okay? And I maybe stayed out there a little bit too long, cooked a little bit too long for a white person. And red everywhere here, red here. I'm still kind of red. You can still see it really bad, but like I was too embarrassed to put myself in front of a camera. It's obviously, you see right here, I'm still flaking from sunburn. You can see it in the light. Yeah, but now it's to a point where I'm like, okay, cool. I can work with this, okay? So, and also my allergies are really bad. Like, my eyes are so swollen right here. Like, it's better than it was yesterday, which is why I didn't record yesterday. But, you know, this is why I've had a 2-week break. Technically a week and a half, because I'm starting to record this. I already know video's not gonna be at Saturday. So that being said, week and a half. Starting to record this. Yeah. So this is the first episode in a new series I'm making, which is me trying to catch up. So the whole point of this is because I have counted how many series I'm in the middle of, sorry, and it's gone bizarre, gone wacko. I originally counted 50. So that being said, I cut some out that was like, nah, just not interested in finishing the series off, whatever. So that being said, we're down to at least 45. But some of them can be completed because I'm only one book needing to be done and the series is over, which is what we're starting out with, a series that I've already completed mostly. I just have one book left, and that is the Possessing Her duology, book 2, Now You're Mine. So this is the first book we're going to be reading this video. It's only 235 pages or so, so I'm hoping that we can knock that out today gracefully, because it is a short book. And I've been severely lacking on reading for the first week because of that situation, because literally I could not focus. And also, like, I've been trying to focus on the tandem for Throne of Glass for that video, and I just haven't. Because I keep saying, oh yeah, let's focus on it, and then I read like 70 pages and I just can't. I don't know what it is with whenever I'm starting a book in that series, I kind of feel like, okay. And then as soon as like the later on plot kicks in, it's fine. But like starting it out, scary. Okay. So yeah, that's why we're starting this video. I'm not gonna read TOG today unless I read it later before bedtime, because I'm starting to put a limit on myself where I start reading 30 minutes before bed. Solely because of the fact that I have not been reading like I want to. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started with Possessing Her Book 2, Now Your Mind by Morgan Bridges. I'm gonna read synopsis for you because I read the first book in my dark romance video a few weeks back. So 7 dark romance books in 7 days. So if you want to see me read book 1, that one's there. Now I'm gonna be reading book 2. Being without her isn't an option for me or her, the protector, which is Hayden. She's in danger. Just the thought of this threatens my sanity. I'll do anything to keep her safe, even things that she doesn't agree with. If she thinks stalking her was bad, Callista's in for a surprise. The prisoner, which is Callista. Hayden is certifiable, and I love him. What I don't like are his methods of protection, except the more perilous my life becomes, the closer I get to him and the secrets he's keeping from me. Soon I don't know who poses the greater risk, the villain out to end me or the one in my bed. So, just giving you a brief review of my thoughts from the first book before we get into this. It was okay. I think there was a lot more plot that could have been, because I felt like the first book was too short. I feel like we could have gotten more from that first book, which I hope this changes my mind. I hope that I enjoy this series because I've heard such good things about it on YouTube from the booktubers and book talk, but unfortunately that wasn't where my thoughts aligned with the first book. I stated everything why I didn't like it in the 7 Dark Romance Books video, but hopefully this changes my mind. I really, really want to like this series because I want to dive more into dark romances so I know what I like. And the book 1 was definitely not what I liked, but hopefully that changes with this one. Anyway, so while I'm waiting for my food to get here, because I ordered food because I didn't feel like cooking today, we're going to go ahead and start this. I'm going to try to finish it today, get it knocked out, so that way we're getting in a groove again, okay? Because literally I just need to focus on a book, and this will hopefully be it. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start reading, and I will see you guys at a progress update. Alright guys, so I officially finished Now You're Mine. Second book in the Possessing Her duet. This is book 1. But my thoughts on this one, definitely better than the first one. Definitely like this one a lot more than the first one. I'm rating it a 3.25, whereas I rated the first one a 3. The writing was a lot more, I feel, smooth in this one. And still a lot of plot holes. Still a lot of issues within the characters, and within the characters, not like the regular ones, because obviously with dark romance you have to look at it from a different point of view, because of course the main male is going to be fucking crazy. You kind of have to expect that. But my issues are with the female. She is a pushover. Like, she's a pushover. That's literally, she's annoying, she's a pushover. All of my problems lie with her. There's plot holes. The writing was better in this one. However, still didn't like the series as a whole. I feel like if the author took more time with it, figured out, well, If everything wasn't rushed, I feel like this would have been a great series. It would have been, but unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. This is the way she wrote it. I want to know when did she write the first book? Because I feel like if she had time. Oh, this was in 2023. Okay. So I feel like if she had time to grow with her writing, it would have been a lot better. However, with this series, it just wasn't it. I feel like it was a great concept, but it wasn't executed correctly in either of these books. So that being said, not my favorite series, but the second one was better than the first. I will say that. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna read next for this video because I bought 5 books for this video, this one being one of them, and I don't know. I feel like I should read something lighthearted next, and with that, I'm debating between Powerless by Elsie Silver and The Charlie Method for Elle Kennedy's Campus Diary series. So yeah, I'm debating between these two, but I feel like I should do Powerless because I feel like that one's shorter. I believe I can get through that one within roughly a day or two. And the Charlie Method, it will take me a little bit longer. However, the Charlie Method is the end to a series, so I feel like I'll be bringing it down quicker if I read the Charlie Method. However, I'm more interested in Cowboy. I don't know. I just really love the Elsie Silver Chestnut Spring series, okay? Like, I could do without the Campus Diary series. However, I do want to just finish that series off. So I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. However, I am excited for this particular book with Elle Kennedy because it is Will and Beckett. It's a MFM. And I've never read Elle Kennedy doing that sort of thing, so I'm a little bit worried, which is also why I have not read Girl Abroad yet, because it's also kind of like love triangle type thing. But this one's not a love triangle. They're obviously gonna end up together in the end. I don't know. I'm just scared. I really am. I don't know how it's gonna go. But I love the couple, so hopefully it works out. I don't know. I'm still gonna debate over which one I want to read because as I said, I did buy a few books for this video for the starting part. So yeah, because I could read Block Shot by Kennedy Ryan because I bought Hook Shot, which is the last book, but I still need to read the second book. I don't know. It's such a tough decision. I don't know. I'll think about it and then I'll come back and we'll talk about what I'm going to read next. But right now, mid-review. Yes, sorry, but yeah. Was my favorite series ever. Sorry, but at least it's one series off of the list. Okay. Okay. I will come back when I have my next read. Okay, guys, so it was finally decided what book I'm going to read next. It is The Charlie Method by Elle Kennedy. I had to have my friends help me pick. So they all ultimately picked The Charlie Method, which I'm excited for because that one will be another series out of the way, and it is between characters I'm very excited for, which is Will, Beckett, and then a new character named Charlotte. I don't think we know much about her yet. We know a lot about Will and Beckett, though, and I love Will and Beckett. So that being said, super excited to dive in. Really sad for this series to be over, though. Well, I'm kind of indifferent towards the series. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm kind of in the middle because I thought this was going to be serious with all the kids. From off campus / maybe Briar U, and that wasn't the case. However, I am excited for this couple of characters, so really, really, really looking forward to this one. Yeah, because I'm kind of like, I loved Elle Kennedy's writing at the start of my reading journey. However, now that I've experienced other authors, she's not like the best author, so I don't look forward to reading her books. However, I'm just excited for this couple, so that is kind of overshadowing my, So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to finish this tonight. I am going to try to push through at least 100 pages and then do a little bit of the tandem read for TOG. It is getting dark though, so I do have my little light that I can hook onto the back of the book just in case I need it. I'm going to try not to use it until I read the tandem. But yeah, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and start this one and we'll see how far we get tonight. Oh, guys. Oh, Lord, what was that? Okay, guys. So I just got back from the gym. I showed you guys a little clip of me reading at the gym on my Kindle, The Charlie Method. So far, I made it 36 of the way through. I read like 100 pages during like an hour while I was reading on the treadmill. Love it. It's a fun time, honestly. Like, I love Will. I love Beckett. I can't see this being higher than a 4-star, though, honestly. Like, and going based off what I've already read, this is probably going to be my favorite in the series. Just to be perfectly clear, because, I love Will and Beckett, to be honest, perfectly honest with you. Love the characters. Don't know how I feel about Charlie yet. Honestly, don't know. Charlotte, Charlie, whatever you want to call her. Don't know how I feel about her yet, okay? I don't know. All I know is I'm sweaty, but I still want to keep reading, so I'm going to take a bath. A nice cold bath, because a cold bath is going to feel nice right now, and continue to read this on my Kindle in the bath, because I'm loving it. So I'm on about page 186, chapter 22, so that's my update for right now. Enjoying it. Don't know where the storyline's going to go, but I'm enjoying the couple. So that's all that matters. Okay. I'm going to keep reading while I take a bath, and then I will come back to you with whatever update I have next. Okay. Mwah. Alright, guys, so I got a little bit of an update for you on the Charlie Method. Well, it's not a little bit of an update, it's a big update because I did finish it, okay? So, I went to the gym today again because it is the next day after the last clip, and I ended up finishing it while I was at the gym, and here are my thoughts. I liked it. Wasn't my favorite. Again, as I've said, with Elle Kennedy, just not my thing anymore. I've had my time with her. This is probably the last book I'm going to read by her. And yeah, I loved the main male characters, loved them. I started to like Charlie near the end. Definitely not my favorite heroine, but I did get a lot of what she was going through. She was I felt bad for her. I sympathized with her because of her issues with, her being adopted, her thing with Harrison. I understood, I got it, why she is the way she is. I felt like in the book we kind of glossed over the bigger issues. Me as a person, I don't judge anybody for their romantic beliefs or any sort of beliefs unless they're demoralizing and unhealthy or anything along those lines, okay? And I felt like that wasn't my issue. It was the issue of glossing over everything that the boys were going through and not really talking in depth about their feelings, I feel. Because with Beck, it was kind of revealed to us something. I'm not gonna have a spoiler. Not she. Beck is a dude, and he had an ex, and something happened with that ex, and is why he's so distrustful in relationships. And I feel like we kind of just glossed over what happened between the ex. I feel like there was so much more that could have been done with that storyline. I feel like there was so much more that we could have done with Will's storyline with him and the political campaign thingy. I felt like we could have explored more of both things. I feel like all we did was explore Charlie's, but we have 3 main characters. We should be discussing all of their issues and stories and not glossing over them. I don't know. I it didn't really feel like a conflict either. Like, I felt like the conflict that we had that kind of diverted the characters, like, it wasn't even really a conflict. And I don't know, I wish we had a bigger conflict than that. Like, not a third act breakup, I hate those, but like something, I don't know, the story just felt dull to me. It was a good book to pass the time. However, like, I probably won't ever think about the book again. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel about the Charlie Method. It's right here, though. I finished it. I finished it on my Kindle. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts. I felt like there could have been way more that could have been done with it. Yeah. So those are all my thoughts on the Charlie Method. Okay. I have not decided yet. Somebody dropped my cup. I heard my cup fall, and the cat is killing me with dropping my cup. Okay. Going back to our main position here. Maybe I'm gonna read God of Pain next, but I don't know. Enzo. Oh my god, this cat. He's not supposed to be in the window, but where is he? In the window. Okay. Yeah, so I might read God of Pain, might read Blockshot. No idea. I'm gonna debate, but those are my thoughts for right now. Okay? Now, I just got home from the gym, so I am gonna take a shower. Yeah. I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so here's a little bit of an update for you on God of Pain. I started it. I didn't tell you I started it because I started it late last night. Yeah, late last night, and I started it, and then I finished it. So I didn't record any of me reading it because once I started it, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll record something later. And then it got too late to record something later, and then I didn't want to put the book down, so I read it all in essentially one sitting. I think my Goodreads says I finished it like after a day, but I have to change the start date because I started it last night and not the day before. But I started it because I thought I put start because I thought I was gonna start it that day, and I just didn't do it on the 23rd. So I did finish it yesterday. No, this morning. I started it at like 9 p.m. No, like 10:30ish, and then I just didn't put it down. I went to bed at 5 a.m. and it was too late to record because my mom was already home, and we live in a 1-bedroom, so space is kind of tight. We try to keep quiet, because we don't really have any space to be making noise when the other one's trying to sleep. So that being said, I finished God of Pain, and honestly, loved it. 4.25, liked it more than the first book. Why did I love Creighton more than I loved Killian? Creighton, he's a lovable guy, okay? He has feelings, he thinks he doesn't, but he does. And essentially, I just loved him and Annika. There was a lot going on. I did predict the ending because there was foreshadowing in the middle, so I did predict the ending. However, it was still entertaining, still had fun. Loved both of the characters. I really just love every single character in the series, and I'm planning to just read the entire Rena Kent verse because it was good. I loved it, and yeah. So I wish I could reread this, but I'm not going to. Maybe later on because I loved it. I'm really excited to see what the next book awaits for us. I don't remember which couple's next. I think it's Cicely and Eli, which is kind of nuts to me because I thought it was going to be Ava and Eli. I don't know why. That's just what I thought. But no, it's Cicely and Eli. So, because I felt like that's what was kind of built up with their hatred with one another, but it's Cicely. So, yeah. Anyways, I really enjoyed this book. 4.25 stars. Really, really read it in one sitting. I don't know how I did that. This is like 528 pages, but thank you guys for watching this video. I really did enjoy reading this, all of them. So, yeah. I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll see. I think I'm going to do mood reading for a week, so we'll see. Okay. Love you guys. Bye-bye.